Welcome back to Speak Smart Podcast, everyone. I'm Jane, and I'm so glad you're here with us today.
And I'm Lucy. Jane, there's one question in job interviews that always makes my stomach do a little flip-flop. It's the very first one, usually.
Oh, I know exactly which one you mean, Lucy. The infamous "tell me about yourself."
Yes, that's the one. It sounds so simple, right? Like, oh, I just talk about me. But then my mind goes blank, or I start thinking, how much should I say? Should I talk about my hobbies, my cat? It's so tricky, especially for us English learners when we're already nervous about speaking clearly.
You're not alone, Lucy. It's a common challenge for everyone, not just English beginners. But it's also a golden opportunity. It's your chance to set the tone for the entire interview and make a great first impression. Today, we're going to break it down step by step so you can answer "tell me about yourself" with confidence and clarity.
Oh, I really need this. So, Jane, what do interviewers actually want to hear when they ask that? Because I feel like myself is a really broad topic.
That's a fantastic question, Lucy. They're not looking for your life story, your favorite color, or a list of everything you've ever done. What they really want is a concise, relevant summary of your professional background, your key skills, and why you're a good fit for their company and this specific job. Think of it as your professional elevator pitch, short, sweet, and to the point.
An elevator pitch. I like that. So it should be focused on the job, not just me as a person?
Exactly. It's about presenting the professional you who is perfect for this role. A good way to structure your answer is using what we call the past, present, future framework. It's super effective and easy to remember.
Past, present, future? Okay, tell me more. This sounds helpful.
All right, so let's start with past. This is where you briefly touch upon your relevant background and experience. We're talking about 1 or 2 sentences, maybe 3 at most. Focus on how you got to where you are today professionally. For example, I started my career in customer service, where I developed strong communication and problem-solving skills.
So, not my first job ever, but the one that led me to this path? And not too much detail?
Precisely. Pick the most relevant experience that connects to the job you're interviewing for. If this is your first job, you can talk about your education or relevant projects. For instance, I recently graduated with a degree in marketing, where I gained practical experience through several group projects, including a campaign for a local small business. The key is relevant and brief.
Okay, past, short and relevant. Got it. What about present?
Present is where you talk about your current role, what you're doing now, and your key skills or accomplishments. This is often the longest part of your answer, but still keep it to about 3 to 4 sentences. For example, currently I work as a sales assistant at Company X, where I manage client accounts and consistently exceed my sales targets by 15% each quarter. I'm particularly skilled in building strong client relationships and using CRM software to track progress.
So this is where I highlight my strengths and what I actually do? And maybe a number or something to show I'm good at it?
Exactly. Numbers or metrics are great because they show your impact. Even if it's not a sales number, it could be "I helped reduce customer complaints by 10%, or "I managed a team of 3 people. If you don't have a current job, you can talk about relevant skills you developed through volunteering, courses, or personal projects that align with the job description.
That makes sense. It's like, here's what I can do for you right now. So what's future then?
Future is arguably the most crucial part. This is where you connect your past and present to this specific job and company. You explain why you're interested in this role and how your skills and aspirations align with what they're looking for. It should be enthusiastic and show you've done your homework. For instance, I'm looking for an opportunity where I can apply my client management skills in a more challenging environment, and I'm really impressed by company name's innovative approach to something specific about the company. This role as a job title seems like a perfect fit for my skills and career goals.
Wow, so I need to mention the company name and the job title? That shows I'm serious, I guess.
Absolutely. It shows you've researched them. You're not just sending out generic applications. It tells them, "I want this job at your company, and here's why I'm a great match." This part should also be quite brief, 1 to 2 sentences.
Okay, so past, present, future. Past, brief, relevant history. Present, what I do now, skills, achievements. Future, why this job and this company. That's a really clear structure. Thank you, Jane.
You got it, Lucy. Now let's talk about some general tips for delivering this answer, especially for our English beginners. The first one is keep it concise. Aim for about 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds maximum. Don't ramble. Time yourself when you practice.
60 to 90 seconds? That's not a lot of time. I feel like I have so much to say sometimes.
It's not, and that's why preparation is key. Write down your points for past, present, and future, then practice saying them out loud, cutting out any unnecessary words. Remember, less is often more. The interviewer can always ask follow-up questions if they want more detail.
Okay, concise. What's next?
Next, tailor your answer to the job description. This is huge. Before the interview, read the job description carefully. Highlight keywords, required skills, and responsibilities. Then, make sure your past and present examples and your future connection use some of those exact words and focus on those specific requirements. For example, if they need someone highly organized, talk about a time you demonstrated organizational skills.
So, basically, don't use the same answer for every job. I should change it each time.
Precisely. Each job is unique, and your introduction should reflect that. It shows the interviewer that you're serious about their job. Another tip, practice but don't memorize word for word. This is crucial for English learners. If you memorize it, you might sound robotic or you might freeze if you forget one word.
Oh, that's so true. I've done that before, and it's a disaster. You start stumbling, and it makes you even more nervous.
Instead, practice the key points and the flow. Speak in full sentences but allow for natural pauses and slightly different wording each time you practice. This makes you sound more natural and confident. Think of it like practicing a story you want to tell. You know the main events, but you don't recite it like a poem.
That's a great way to put it. Practice the story, not the exact words. What about confidence? Because that's a big one for me.
Confidence is key. Even if you feel nervous, try to project confidence. Sit up straight, make eye contact, or look at the camera if it's a virtual interview. Smile genuinely, and speak clearly and at a moderate pace. Don't rush your words. And a small trick, take a deep breath before you start speaking. It helps calm your nerves and gives you a moment to collect your thoughts.
Deep breath. Got it. And what about common mistakes? What should I definitely not do?
Good question. Let's list a few common pitfalls. First, don't just repeat your resume. They have your resume, they want to hear you talk about it and elaborate. Second, avoid getting too personal. They don't need to know about your weekend plans, your health issues, or your family drama. Keep it professional.
Yeah, I can see how it's easy to start talking about anything if you're unprepared.
Exactly. Third, don't sound uninterested or unprepared. Your tone of voice matters. If you sound bored or like you haven't thought about why you're there, it'll show. And finally, don't badmouth your previous employers. Even if you had a terrible experience, keep your comments positive and focus on what you learned or what you're looking for in a new role.
That's super important, the bad-mouthing part. It just makes you look negative, right?
It does. Always keep it professional and positive. So Lucy, are you ready to try a little example using our past, present, future framework? Let's say you're applying for a customer support specialist position at a tech company.
Oh boy, okay, I'll give it a shot. Let me think. Past first. I began my career working in retail, which really helped me understand how to interact with different types of customers and solve their issues quickly. How's that?
Excellent. Very concise, relevant, and it highlights a key transferable skill: customer interaction and problem solving. Now for the present.
Okay, currently I'm a technical support agent for a small software company where I handle an average of 50 customer inquiries per day, resolving complex technical issues and improving customer satisfaction by 10% over the last year. I'm good at explaining complex information simply and patiently.
Fantastic, Lucy. You included numbers, you talked about your specific role, and you highlighted relevant skills. The explaining complex information simply is particularly good for a tech support role. Now for the future. Connect it to the customer support specialist role at the tech company.
All right, future. I'm looking for an opportunity to grow my technical support skills within a larger, more innovative company, and I've been very impressed by tech company name's reputation for excellent customer service and their new mention a specific product or service if possible, project. I believe my experience makes me a strong candidate for this customer support specialist role.
Phew, how was that? That was brilliant, Lucy. You hit all the points. You showed you researched the company, you connected your skills directly to the role, and you expressed enthusiasm. That's a powerful 60-second introduction right there. You sounded confident, clear, and professional.
Wow, I actually feel much better about it now. Just having that structure makes such a huge difference. Before, it felt like a giant, scary blank space.
It really does, doesn't it? And remember, for our listeners, it's not about being perfect. It's about being prepared, speaking clearly, and showing your genuine interest and capabilities. Don't worry if your English isn't flawless. Focus on communicating effectively. Interviewers appreciate honesty and effort.
That's a really important point for English learners. We often get stuck worrying about grammar, but getting the message across is the main thing.
Exactly. And practicing this specific answer out loud multiple times will build your confidence not just for this question but for the entire interview. The more comfortable you are with this opening, the smoother the rest of the conversation will feel.
So, to recap for our listeners, use the past, present, future framework. Keep it concise, about 60-90 seconds. Tailor it to each job, practice the story, not every single word, and project confidence with a smile and clear speech.
Perfect summary, Lucy. And don't forget to avoid repeating your resume, getting too personal, sounding uninterested, or bad-mouthing past employers. If you follow these tips, you'll be well on your way to making a fantastic first impression.
This has been incredibly helpful, Jane. I feel much more prepared for my next interview now. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Lucy. And to all our listeners, we hope this episode gives you the confidence you need to ace that tell me about yourself question. Remember, you've got this. Just prepare, practice, and believe in yourself.
Absolutely. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep speaking smart. We'll catch you next time on Speak Smart Podcast.
Bye, everyone.